Yes, welcome to the Loaded Cannon, and I'm just delighted to be able to say we've finally won a game in 2022. Man, it's been a long time coming. Never mind winning a game, scoring a goal. For God's sake, it's been painful. The start to 2022 has been absolutely painful, but hopefully we've got that sort of off our back now and we can go and push on. It feels like for the first time this season, Arsenal have actually taken advantage of other teams dropping points. Our away form has been awful, and when those moments have come where other teams have dropped points, we always seem to just kind of let it slip. So I was not positive coming in today. I thought it'd be a 1-1 draw. A lot of people would argue maybe that would have been a fairer result, but do you know what? That's not what I'm going to say, because listen, Wolves had more possession, they had more shots, they had more passes, they had more shots on target, the rest of it, blah, blah, blah. But Arsenal defended really well. When Ramsdale was called upon, he was there. When our defence was called upon to get in the way, to get blocks in, to get heads in, we were there, we did it. That was a real fighting performance from Arsenal, and I'm proud, man. I'm proud of that performance. It seemed like the players, it really seemed like they understood just how important that result was. And all you have to do to really understand just how crucial that result was, you have to look at the league table. Now, for the first time this season, instead of us saying to other teams who have got games in hand, oh, let's see if you can get the points on the board. Now, we're finally in pole position. Not only are we, let's say, ahead of Man United with a game in hand, we're only ahead in goal difference, I get that, but we've got a game in hand over them. So this isn't me being presumptuous thinking, oh, we have to win our game in hand to go above them in the table. This is me saying, even if we lose our game in hand, we're still above you. And with Tottenham, they've got one game in hand, but they're 3 points behind. So again, they have to win their game in hand just to get level. That puts us in pole position. And this against Wolves, it seems like, look, we've got two games against Wolves in about 2 weeks, right? But had we lost today, they would have been 1 point ahead of us. Even that was so crucial. And we've played the same number of games. So it was so important, and we didn't let them beat us today. And when you go down to 10 men with 25 minutes to go, you think to yourself, look, if they do concede, you have to at least, when you can't win, make sure you don't lose. But the team, what I loved about that performance is they felt like they could definitely defend that very slender lead, and they did it. They put everything on the line. Now, look, obviously West Ham are 1 point ahead of us, and we've got 2 games in hand over them. And I'm not going to start counting those games in hand, because as we've seen today, it's so difficult. Every result you have to grind out, and Arsenal more than any other team, because boy, we go and get red cards just to make it more difficult. We go and do it for fun. On this occasion, we had to play 25 minutes. Against Man City, it was about 35 minutes. Against Liverpool, prior to that, it was about 70 minutes. Look, man, I really am getting tired of the red cards. No more reds. Let's start a new campaign. I mean, I don't know how you guys see it. Put it in the comments below. Is it something to do with Arteta? Is it something to do with what we do on the pitch? Or is it just sort of bad luck? I was disappointed with Martinelli, to be honest with you, for the way he picked it up. I get that it's very unlucky. I don't think any one of us watching the game, let's be honest, I don't think any one of us expected or feared that could have been 2 yellows. I was watching. I saw what he did for the first offence. I never ever thought when he committed the foul where he got the second yellow that the ref was going to give him a yellow for the first one as well. And do you know what? I personally think it was very soft. I really do. That first yellow card, as far as I'm concerned, did not need to be a yellow card. It's one of those ones where it's so minor, so insignificant. In the first half, Granit Xhaka, I think it was him that made a foul, and you thought to yourself that could very easily be a yellow card, and he got away with it. He was more deserving of 2 yellows as usual than Martinelli today in my book. But Michael Oliver just seems like, he had made his mind up. And, I know this isn't how refs are meant to work, right? But when he saw the first incident and thought mentally, yeah, that's a yellow card, I'm just surprised that after Martinelli made the foul on the second one, that he didn't just kind of make it 1 yellow card for the second incident. I'm actually surprised that he stuck with that yellow. I don't know if he kind of gestured or anything where he maybe showed a commitment to giving that yellow card where he had to go with it, but To me, I just felt like that was very, very soft. Put it in the comments below. Do you think that was justified? Do you think Martinelli deserved a yellow card for the first incident and the second? Or do you think one yellow card would have sufficed just for the second incident? Because I think that was definitely a yellow card. And do you know what disappoints me about that is that out of every single player on our team, I look at Martinelli and I think to myself, you are the fittest player on our team in terms of, being able to run up and down that pitch non-stop. It was a petulant foul. And actually, you saw him gain all the ground. He didn't need to foul the player. He could have easily just done the right thing. And too often, this is the annoying thing with Arsenal, and I'm kind of answering my earlier question about why we get these red cards. We get the red cards because too often it's players that don't want to do the hard work. This is like the shortcut. I don't want this player to get past me. I don't want this player to get a cross in, so I'll do the stupid thing. We saw Xhaka in the first half getting the yellow card for pulling the shirt. That's because he hasn't attacked the ball when it's been in the air and he's let it bounce, then he's miskicked it, it's bounced off his knee. It's poor play, poor positioning, poor work rate, poor effort. And then for Martinelli on this occasion to go and run 60 yards, you've done all of that work. Just run the extra 5 or 10 to get goal side of the player. You don't have to win the ball. You just have to hold him up. You just have to block the cross. Give your team time to get their shape. Just disrupt the counter-attack. But instead you've gone and done that. And it's just like, look, Martinelli will learn from that. It's not like he's a serial offender when it comes to the red cards. But it was just silly. It's just silly. There's no need to do it. Anyway, going back to the positives, I thought Rob Holding, when he came on, did well. It shows the importance of having players like Rob Holding. We've got rid of Callum Chambers. The worry for me now is that if Rob Holding has come in today, if Rob Holding was injured today, who would have come in? Who would have been that third choice centre-back that we bring in? Or let's say fourth choice, because obviously Rob Holding is third choice. We're so threadbare. And now, look, another suspension. Luckily, we're not threadbare in that area because Emile Smith-Rowe can come on. But today, I think, look, I was nervous. I thought it was going to be a 1-1 draw. With Wolves, they're not going to score a lot, but they're not going to concede a lot. And Arsenal did the job, man. We managed to keep that clean sheet, which we've done really well this season, but we've done it away from home. A clean sheet and a win away from home has not been easy to come by. So as much as we can kind of talk about the fact that this wasn't a vintage performance, I just think that we have to give the lads a lot of credit because this is the business end of the season. And I was asking the question in the week when I was doing my podcast on the Arsenal Lounge on Monday, and also on my Twitter account, I was kind of saying, listen, this is when the times get really, really tough. So what's going to happen with Arsenal now? Are the tough going to get going? Have we got that toughness in our team? And I think we answered that today, that we were tough. We managed to grind out the result. We don't have to play well every week. And do you know what? We're not going to play well every week. But we had 17 cup finals left before this game. Now I've got 16 cup finals left. And we did the business. Man United didn't. Tottenham didn't. But we did. And it's absolutely crucial that we did. I'm still nervous because of how thin our squad is. But hopefully a few more match days like this and what Man United and Tottenham have, and we can start to eke out a little gap where if we do slip up, because we will slip up at some point in the season, it doesn't cost us too much. And look, credit to the boys for the performance today. Just love to see it. And see you for my 5 at 5 tomorrow. It will be out Friday the 11th, because depending on when you watch this, it'll be out Friday the 11th at 5 p.m. If you haven't already, please do subscribe, and on to more and more wins for Arsenal so we can go and get that 4th place spot. Take care.